Right, hope you enjoyed part 1. Now we'll move on to part 2. Question 3. How long have you been growing? Well, I think basically I've answered that question. Well, how long have I been growing in earnest? About 2008, as I say, 2010 when I first started my garden over the road. That's when I really started doing the garden. I bought a new house in the 70s, which was back garden was just left as like a builder's yard. They didn't do anything to it. They lawned the front, and I used to come home from work then, do a start on the garden, have a go, planting flowers and different things around it. So I suppose I've always had a little bit of an interest in gardening. So basically growing veg and stuff, 2000. Also got to give a mention to the person who helps me the most. It was my grandson Nathan. Now Nathan has been helping me right from the very start. He was only young when we started the garden up the road, but he helps me whenever he can, and he's a great little gardener. He really is. If you'll see my videos, you'll see him helping me. He does a lot of the recording for me as well when I'm actually doing my videos for YouTube. So a big thank you to Nathan. Question 4. What do you grow? Well, I use raised beds, and I find them easier. Having raised beds, they seem to be easier to maintain, to dig. Mine are 8x4s. Now a lot of people on my allotment, they've got it all open, which they'll say that's the best way, and possibly it is, I don't know. But I like the way I do it. I find it easy to maintain and easy for me to grow. 8x4 beds, basically mine are. What do I grow? I grow potatoes, I grow them in buckets and my raised beds. Onions, I do overwintering onions. That's about roughly the only thing I do over winter. I put them in September and ready in the late spring, early summer. Cabbage, kale, peas, which I start off in my guttering in the greenhouse and then plant them out. Runner beans, parsnips. Now parsnips, this is the first year I've had any success with me parsnips. They've always forked, they've gone massive at the top and then forked out at the bottom. But this year, if you look at me videos from last year, you'll see I've done reasonably well with me parsnips. I do carrots in old tanks because I'm a heating engineer, plumber. I get the old plastic tanks out the loft, which Nigel's had a few of them off me. And I raise them off the ground to keep them away from the carrot fly, and I grow my carrots in tanks. Sweet corn. The year before was very good, last year not so good, but yeah, another one. Beetroot, I love beetroot. I think everybody loves beetroot, don't they? So I do beetroot. And in my greenhouse, my polytunnel, I do tomatoes, cucumber and chilies now. I love my chilies. So I do quite a few chilies. I do about 8 or 9 different buckets of them basically. Again, you'll see them if you look at my video. And what I do when they're ready, what I haven't eaten fresh, I got myself the humidifier, and where I put them in, and it dries them out, and I flake them, and then I've got them basically all winter. I've still got quite a lot left over now, so that should see me through. Well, near enough till the middle of the summer. What else? Oh, garlic. Did I mention cucumber? Just have a look at my notes. Yeah. So my cucumber and my peppers, they're the other things I do in my greenhouse. Question 5. What's your favourite to grow? Well, I think one of my favourites is my chilies, because I've had great satisfaction out of them, and they've all come out well for me. So when you're successful at something, you've got to say that's your favourite. Potatoes this year, I've done very, very well with my potatoes, so I was very pleased with them as well. I think you've seen a few of the videos earlier on of how I got on last year with some of the things. Not brilliant, not the best, but tasty, and I've enjoyed doing it. Now then, the last one is for my nominees. Now, I've been watching, it's Viv from Viv's Kitchen Garden. Now, I've been watching her for a good few years because she first started off, I think, with Sean, and she's left her job and she's gone self-sufficient basically on her allotment. Absolutely brilliant to watch. Now, she not only does an allotment, she also does a cookery as well, so you learn a hell of a lot off her. So I nominate Viv. My second nominee is Patrick Meehan. Now, he gives some real interesting little talks on his channel. So his is worth going over and having a look. Third is Katie of Lavender and Leeks. Now, I don't even know if she's subscribed to me, to be honest with you, whether she'll see this, but I watch her YouTube channel quite a lot because she does a lot with her father. She's got her own little plot, and she does interesting little talks, so she's worth looking at or subscribing to all of these. Now then, last but not least is Mark Davison of Allotment Diggers. Now, wow, Mark, you won't believe what he does on his allotments. He's forever doing something. So it's I've actually been and visited him because he's not that far from me. He's only in Salford, Manchester, so he's about 40 miles from me. So after watching him on YouTube, I decided I'd like to go and see this allotment. I went and seen him, and he made me so welcome. So get on to him, subscribe to him, you'll learn a lot off him. And I've also got to mention another person I've been and visited is a person who nominated me, was Nigel Muddy Boots. Wow, I just love his channel as well. Quite a character. He does a lot. What a great visit. Me and Nathan, I took Nathan with me on that visit. He made Nathan very welcome. So Nigel's another great one to subscribe to. But to be honest with you, all the ones I've mentioned, a lot of them have got such a lot of subscribers anyway, so most probably have everyone that I've got, because through them I've picked up quite a few subscribers. So that's the end of my question and answer session, which I enjoyed doing, and thank you very much, Nigel, for nominating me. Well, that's the end of my question and answer session. Alfie's just come to join me to say ta-ra to everybody, and again, thank you to Muddy Boots for nominating me.